Yesterday I published a video about Agile, named Agile, rubbish-based software development. And it went completely bananas on LinkedIn. So far it has like 250 comments or something. And of course, a lot of these comments originates from the fact of that the usual suspects took the bait, you might say, if you are cynical, and commented on my posts to defend their holy cow. Right, you probably know who I am referring to. However, they all basically said the same thing. And what they said is, this is not real Agile. When I was describing the process I have been experiencing over and over and over again in 20 plus different companies over 27 years as a professional enterprise software developer. To illustrate the problem that these aren't addressing, I want to use this thing. This thing. This thing is for crunching salt. See here, the bottom. It's battery operated. It even has a light in case you're like salting your food in the dark. And you can refill it like this. And then, you know, if you take out this thing, you can replace its batteries. From an engineering point of view, this is just an amazingly good, high quality engineering piece of art. It just suffers from one problem, which is that it's garbage. And I'm gonna go to the trash can after I've created this video and throw it. Because it doesn't work. It doesn't perform its primary task, which is to grind salt. And the reasons for that, if I show you here now, you see that opening at the bottom? It is too small to swallow the salt grains. So my Himalayan pink salt doesn't make it down to the place where the salt is crushed. So it doesn't work. It's got a flashlight, right? It's got an electrical, engine. It's got, batteries. It's like really, really solid. It's heavy. It's probably like $50 or something if you buy it at Walmart or something like that. But it's junk. Agile is this. Agile in the way it's being practiced today is junk. Now, like I said, if I had $1 every time somebody told me that's not real Agile, I would be rich a long time ago, and I could have bought millions of these guys, probably. So I'm going to say it again, because after yesterday's video, I became compelled to actually reading the Agile Manifesto. I read it, of course, many years ago. First time I read it was like 22 years ago or something, I think. But yesterday I read it again. And I realized they're actually right when they're saying this is not real Agile, or that's not real Agile. So let me show you what real Agile is, my friend. Let's say a client comes to me and tells me he wants to have an AI chatbot that's capable of searching for patterns in addition to telling a Chuck Norris joke. Okay, so here I go to Manage Machine Learning. I create a new type. I call it Chuck Patterns. Turn it into an AI agent. I save it. Go back to Create, Hyper ID. I create a new module. I call it Chuck. I create a new folder inside of this module, call it Workflows. create a new file inside of this guy, call it get-joke.hl. Then let's search for Chuck Norris joke API. Here we go. Let's get a random joke here. Here's obviously an API, it's returning JSON. Dot arguments, nothing. Dot type public, http.get, return, and we need to convert it. Return minus asterisk, let's execute it and see what it comes up with. If Chuck Norris kicked your ass, then went back in time and kicked your ass again, did he ever kick your ass in the first place? Okay, it's a joke. This thing is now in production. It's in production. You can actually invoke this HTTP GET endpoint and you get a random Chuck Norris joke from now. Now let's save this guy. Let's go to manage. Let's go to machine learning. Let's add this bugger to our Chuck patents guy. Chuck. Whoops, why didn't that work? Create, hyper-ID, modules, Chuck, workflows, get joke, type, public, arguments. Tells a Chuck Norris joke. Save. Let's go back to manage, machine learning, choose training data, choose our type, click add function, filter for Chuck, not chick. Install. If the user asks you to tell a Chuck Norris joke, then use the above function, but change Chuck Norris to Thomas Hansen. Save, close, types, vectorize. So now we have the ability to tell Thomas Hansen jokes. Okay, let's test it, front end. Go to the AI expert system, logging in with our Google account, choosing Chuck patents, tell me a Chuck Norris joke. Thomas Hansen's keyboard has the any key. So now I've created a middleware that actually invokes an API. Then I've created a chatbot on top of that, transforming Chuck Norris to Thomas Hansen. And now that's half of the specification. Let's now go add the patent parts, okay? Go to manage, machine learning here, and then I'm gonna go to hyper-ID. Now, if I hadn't already installed the patents API, then I'd need to install this plugin, but I've already installed it, so I can just ignore that. Expand modules, choose SERP API here, click the flash icon, choose Chuck patents. Go to machine learning, vectorize my dude. Open up the AI expert system in a different browser window. Logging in. What can you do? Search for patents related to machine learning that have expired. As you can see here, devices with ultra small vertical cavity laser emitters. Okay. Does seem a little bit weird, so let's go back here into history and see what it actually supplied as a search query. Machine learning, sort old, okay. So it's getting the first patents. They might not give me details for the first. Now the point being that this thing is already in production. If you go to this URL now, you can immediately start using it, right? Now let's go through the Agile Manifesto and see how that becomes the very definition of Agile, you might say. So now if we read the Agile Manifesto, I have it in front of me here on the screen. It says individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, Customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a plan. So obviously, there is no process. I mean, zero. Right? There doesn't exist processes in what I just did. I just go into production and freaking do the thing. And when I'm done coding and I've tested my APIs and my AI chatbot, it's fucking done. Right? So individuals capable of solving problems and interactions with clients, again, is obviously way higher, because the way I'm getting change requests from clients, they're sending me a WhatsApp message. I'm not even writing it up in my backlog. I don't even have a freaking backlog, because I can code faster than my customers are capable of providing feature requests to me, right? Working software over comprehensive documentation, I guarantee you this thing, you won't be able to find a bug in it, period, end of freaking debate. You can run this thing for a million years, it's probably never going to, cough up a bug for you or an error or anything like that. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation, like I said, I'm using WhatsApp to manage my clients. I got like 35 clients, approximately 5 to 10 of those. I'm basically a software developer for, right? Arguably they're a software development department. Responding to change or following a plan. Okay, you don't want the Chuck Norris joke thing in your chatbot. It takes me 1 second to delete it in production. Now, if I was to follow traditional software development practices, I'd need Jira, I'd need, 4 different environments, I'd need automated unit tests, I'd need, Scrum meetings, sprint evaluation meetings, grooming sessions for tickets, sprint planning, daily stand-ups, God knows what. I mean, simply the meetings overhead on a daily basis would easily take me 1 to 2 hours of productive time, etc., etc., etc. Now, if you just watched what I actually did, then you will realize that I'm arguably the only agile software developer on earth. The capital T. At least as far as I know, I've never ever in my entire life seen a software developer that is as agile as I am. So I'm the most agile software developer on earth. You could argue that I'm the only agile software developer on earth.